You don't waste money. At least that's what you tell yourself. You don't gamble. You don't buy luxury cars you can't afford. You don't live recklessly. And yet, somehow, your money keeps disappearing. Not dramatically, not all at once. Just enough to make you wonder every month why things still feel tight. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people never hear. Money disappears fastest, not when you're careless, but when you're busy. When life speeds up, spending goes on autopilot. And autopilot is expensive. Think about the busiest periods of your life. Not the happiest, not the calmest, the stressful ones. Long work days, family responsibilities, deadlines, noise, fatigue. During those times, you weren't making financial decisions. You were making survival decisions. What's fastest? What's easiest? What requires the least thinking right now? And those questions quietly drain money. This is how it usually happens. You wake up already tired. Your mind is full before the day even starts. So you buy convenience, coffee instead of breakfast, delivery instead of cooking, subscriptions instead of boredom, small purchases instead of rest. Each choice feels harmless. And that's exactly why it works against you. Because when you're busy, you don't feel spending. You feel relief. And relief is addictive. This video isn't about blaming you for that. It's about understanding it. Because once you see the pattern, you can interrupt it without changing your whole life. Let's slow this down. When life is calm, people plan. They think, I think. They choose. When life is busy, people react. Reaction spending is different. It's not driven by desire. It's driven by exhaustion. You're not buying something because you want it. You're buying it because you don't want to deal with something else. That's a huge difference. And it explains why traditional advice doesn't work. Track every dollar. Stick to a budget. Be disciplined. That advice assumes you have energy. Most people don't. They have responsibilities, so instead of fighting busyness, mindful spending works with it. It accepts one simple reality. When you're tired, you will spend. The goal isn't to stop that. The goal is to make sure tired spending doesn't destroy your future. Here's where most money actually disappears, not in big purchases, but in decisions you don't remember making. Think about this. Can you clearly remember what you spent money on 3 weeks ago? Not the big things, the small ones. Most people can't. That's because busyness disconnects spending from memory. And when spending leaves no memory, it also leaves no satisfaction. You pay, but you don't receive. That's the leak. Now here's the turning point most people miss. The solution is not to spend less, it's to reduce decision fatigue. Because decision fatigue is what pushes spending into autopilot. Every choice you don't prepare for gets solved with money. Hungry? Buy food. Bored? Buy entertainment. Overwhelmed? Buy comfort. Money becomes a shortcut for thinking. So mindful spending asks a different question, not how do I stop spending, but how do I make spending easier to control when I'm tired? And the answer is structure, not restriction. Simple structure. For example, instead of trying to resist food delivery every night, decide in advance which nights are delivery nights. Now spending is planned, not emotional. Instead of dozens of subscriptions you don't think about, choose a few you actually use, and remove the rest. Instead of random impulse purchases, create a short waiting rule. Not forever, just 24 hours. Busy people don't need strict rules. They need fewer decisions. This is where life gets easier. When spending is predictable, money stops feeling stressful. You stop being surprised by your own account. And something interesting happens. When you protect your money during busy seasons, you protect your future self, and future you is grateful. Not because you were perfect, but because you were aware. That's what mindful spending really is. Not control, not sacrifice. Awareness during chaos. And once you master that, money stops disappearing. Even when life gets busy.